In this first session, entitled Locating Our Values, we will consider the values about writing and writing program which we individually espouse, which our institutions endorse, and for which our disciplinary field advocates. The nuanced and strategic admixture of these values and our explicit understanding of them will help shape how we design our programs, develop curricula, and negotiate administrative policies that affect writing courses. As we share these values that we will explicitly inscribe through a series of prompts and exercises, we will also better comprehend how these things change, and really must change, as writing programs are implemented in different institutional locations and contexts, as well as how they evolve over time. First, let's devise the metaphors, terms of art, or analogies that might illustrate the complex roles of WPA labor. Here you will see some of the roles that previous workshop participants have identified. Pause and take some time to brainstorm other definitions or possibilities that you can imagine. Great. Now let's consider the values that you, your institution, and the composition rhetoric organizations bring to the table. As a way to record these varying values, this presentation will pose a question and then ask you to pause the video and respond to that prompt. Then restart the video to get the next inquiry, pause, and respond. Repeat this process until you have completed answering all of the given prompts. You will also use the Identifying Values and Tasks handout to help you think through these prompts. You will bring these notes to our workshop get-together as a point of departure for conversations, as well as you will use them to construct a map of your campus's writing infrastructure. This map will help identify who are the stakeholders on your campus, how they contribute, where the monetary funding and intellectual support emerge on your campus, and perhaps when and why these infrastructures have developed as they have at your institution. Prompt number 1. As an instructor of an individual classroom, what things do you value about the teaching of writing? Where and when did you gain these values about literacy acquisition and advanced writing capabilities? Prompt number 2. As a WPA or burgeoning WPA, what values would you like to instill into your program? Why do you choose these values for your instructional staff and your student body rather than other advanced literacy priorities? Prompt number 3. What values about writing does your current writing program and curriculum convey? How do your WPA writing values align or disconnect with the principles that already exist in your department or at your institution? Prompt number 4. What campus forces, such as upper administration or specialized departments or specific funding patrons, influence how writing happens on your campus? How do these powers that be leverage what happens with writing on your campus? How will you create relationships with these campus forces? Now that you have brainstormed your thoughts about these prompts, fill out the Identifying Values and Tasks handout. In the first column, list all of your values related to teaching writing and WPA work. In the second column, list all the values communicated by the program organization you lead. In the third column, list all the responsibilities of your position. Now, compare the lists. What elements of your job align with your values? What elements of your job don't connect neatly with your values? What values are left unexplored in your job responsibilities? On the second sheet of this document, map your responsibilities onto the Setting Priorities matrix, using your values as a guide for placing each responsibility. You have completed Part 1 of Identifying Values. Before proceeding to Locating Our Values, Part 2, reflect upon what you learned about yourself and your institution from this exercise. Make any final notes about this reflection that you think might influence your decision-making.